kind of dog do you have?
Labrador Retriever. I'm going to bring him in someday.
Great.
Awesome.
What's his name?
Jake.
Jake.
He's a
Next
Facebook
week?
page.
He has a Facebook page?
Yeah.
Does he post on his wall?
Yeah.
My dog and my cat have Twitters.
Follow Mike's cat.
I don't even have a Twitter. Me neither.
As long as you're not James's dog, you can follow Mike's cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tweeted like,
He
the
wouldn't know
dog
what
is
to do
really
with a
pissing
cat.
me off today. You bringing it up?
It's going to. I can't remember what it is.
Don't hack into his account.
Dog's
He's the
gonna-
custodian for his
Dog's
cat.
gonna be pissed.
He knows where, he knows where his doggy biscuits come from.
Is it age limit in dog years or?
Yeah, how old is, it's not 7 years every year. The first 3 years equal
Yeah,
21
that's
years.
Seriously?
Yeah, and then after that, stop counting. It's never quite 7 years.
So the first 3 are 7s, and then after that it's what?
Well, it's
Here he is.
3 4
That's a dog.
I'm not sure it's actually
Here's
7.
Jake right here.
Oh, puppy.
Oh, he's a yellow lab.
Yeah, he's got a little black dot on his head.
Oh,
It's the only from his black. His parents were black,
And that was all he has to
and
recognize.
he's.
I wonder, he must be
Different
recessive,
character.
double recessive genes.
Yeah, he on the couch over the
so
arm
cute.
rest like this.
Look at that face.
There's a picture. He's gonna get a lot of
Put
babes.
on a picture of his body.
He's
So
beautiful.
does he get
He's got angel
mail
wings
from
and-
poodles and stuff? Does he
Does he get what?
mail from poodles? Asking if he's busy.
He's a people
Some
dog. He
inbox
doesn't care about other dogs.
Doesn't like other dogs.
How much does he weigh?
About 96, 97 pounds.
He's big. He's skinny.
Let me see. Oh, he went. Oh,
Puppy.
is he cute?
He's happy.
Now who's the black lab?
That's just a friend that we visited. But like I said,
Look at him smiling. He's smiling.
Yeah, he does. He smiles.
Oh, look at that smile.
You'll see his lips turn up when he does something he likes.
Look at that face.
Oh, he's a happy dog.
He looks like you, Jim.
How old
I
is
know.
he?
He looks
He's
like
really
you.
attached to me. He's
He
about
does?
6.
I want a lab someday.
What a cutie.
Oh, he's wonderful. He just listens so well to you. He's so smart.
They're smart dogs.
I don't know what I'd do without him. He's the best dog I ever had. And I've had probably about 15 labs in my lifetime.
Really?
Wow.
The most I had at one time was 3.
You should breed him then.
Well, I really was never interested in that.
I'm just saying, if he's such a good
Is
dog,
he a
you might
rescue
make
dog?
Oh, yeah. Well, he was actually almost a
Rescue? No?
Was
He
he?
was a rescue dog.
He was a rescue.
Yeah.
Wow.
But of his brothers and sisters, he was the one that was always
96
getting
pound
jumped
runs.
on. And he was big. He was the biggest one, but they all jumped on him. He didn't want no parts. He's a people dog. He just wanted to be with.
That's great. I
He's
miss
funny.
having a dog.
Well, the best part about it is like the info here. Let me tell you a
Are
little
you
bit.
recording this dog conversation?
I
tell you
am
what it is.
actually. I wasn't gonna use
Okay,
it,
his
but,
employer is LabCorp of America,
Of course.
and his job is sniffing things. He went to the college he went to was Dog College, and his concentration pretty good, but easily distracted by dog bones. Religious views, furry dogma, political views, independent. Favorite quotations: "Who let the dogs out?" His favorite music is Three Dog Night. His books, Marley and Me. His movie, Bob Marley. And his television was Lassie. So, his activities are sleeping and eating.
And that voice is James Buckley. This is the Eclairer Chatterbox
Talking about the love of dogs.
Eclairer Chatterbox podcast, and he's sharing with us the Facebook page for his dog.
Jake Buckley. So all of you sweet dogs out there who want to get to know a sweet dog, get on that Facebook page and put your paws on his wall.
Yes,
Wow.
look for Jake on Facebook and ask for his friendship. He has a lot of friends. He has more friends than most people I know.
He will lick your face. Beware.
Excellent way to start this one. Not exactly the topic we were trying to get to here, but hey, welcome to the Eclairer Chatterbox, the show where we talk about what's on our mind and topics of the day and our experiences and our Facebook pages. I'm Mike Sword, Director of Web Media here at Eclairer. Teresa Mason joins me once again. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
And we have 2 students with us. We like to touch base with the students, see how it's going, how they're enjoying their experience here at Eclairer. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name's Katie. PA student at Duquesne.
I'm Elizabeth Derogi. I'm also a physician assistant student from Duquesne University.
Oh, so you're both at the same place,
Yep.
studying in the same classes. How'd you end up at the same placement? That's kind of unusual?
That would be random.
That's fate.
It's really random?
It
Fate.
is.
Yeah.
Fate put you together, put you in the same school and put you in the same placement. So you're doing your psych rotation. And how long does your rotation last?
Approximately 5.5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your goal when you come to a place like Eclairer? What's your goal for your rotation? Besides survival.
That's what
Passing.
everyone. I don't know. I think it's about the experience more than anything. Just to see what you can, do what you can.
Okay. Did you get to choose this place as opposed to, or did you just get assigned?
Just randomly
Just
assigned.
random assignment.
Yes.
Okay. So out of all of the psych potential places, Western Psych, and I don't know, where else do they send you for psych rotations?
I know there's a north side and south side.
Mercy.
Mercy
Mercy
behavioral
Behavioral
health.
Health. Okay, so you ended up here. Well, you have friends who are at these other places, right? And you get together and talk and share stories, war stories, and all that. What's your thinking? This is kind of an unusual and different sort of place, isn't it? Based on what you're hearing from your friends.
It's very calm,
Yeah.
which is kind of nice because sometimes you get caught up in running here and running there and doing this in the hospital, and it's a nice kind of sit back and appreciate what you're doing.
Get a little bit of time to think and process things. Okay, is that your experience, Katie?
I mean, compared to other places, they don't have like the DBT and the yoga, and
Yeah.
all the group therapies, and
Yeah, kind of unusual things here.
yeah, definitely.
Reiki.
Reiki, yep, all that good
Have you
stuff.
taken advantage of a Reiki session yet?
Not yet.
But we're going
We
to.
talked to Julie, yeah. So
Yeah, so you're on deck
in
for
the
that.
future, hopefully,
Yeah, and you've been attending the DBT groups?
Yeah.
the morning group.
We've been running them with the hospital.
And you're doing them also at the hospital. And the hospital you're talking about is Torrance, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are you going to any other locations outside of Eclairer?
Just here in Torrance.
Here in Torrance. So what's been your experience with running DBT groups at Torrance?
I actually really like Torrance.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, not that I like it more or less, I just really feel like I'm making a bigger impact when I'm there, because people are really, like, the patients want you there, and the patients are very responsive to the students being there, so I really enjoy that aspect.
Okay. So you're running a group out there. Who are you running the group with? Just the two of you?
Ourselves.
You're doing it together? Just the two of you. Good
students,
for you.
yeah.
Okay. And so how many people do you have attending your group?
Depends. I think it's for the entire floor, which has 26 patients. But I mean, we get anywhere from, I would say,
15
at
to
least
20.
Yeah, I'd say a smallest group. I mean, they come in and out too with other things going on, but yeah, there's a good majority of the patients there.
And what's your experience been with that?
Very positive.
Yeah, they seem to really enjoy it. Now, I think we could tell them to do anything and they'd try it at least once and see what they get out of it. So
Yeah, that we could have that in all areas of our life, huh? Yeah.
They're so much more willing to participate than patients are here.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you've
Sounds
noticed that
interesting.
difference.
Yeah.
You mean in terms of the group? When you've been to
Yeah.
the DBT group here. So they get more into the activities and they talk more about their experiences?
hmm
Okay.
They all have something to say about everything.
About everything.
Yeah.
Got any stories for us that you can tell without violating any confidentiality?
and they do some really good mindfulness there.
Yeah.
The patients often lead them, and it's I don't know. It's neat to see their perspective of what their relaxing environment is and how to
Yeah.
go about mindfulness and stuff. It's a lot of them are really good and relaxing, and some of them are just kind of neat to experience what they think
So
it is.
they've been expanding your perspective of things, it sounds like.
Yes.
What was your expectation when you went out there? You're going to a state hospital. There aren't too many of those left. You're dealing with patients, clients who are really struggling, who are really, really having difficult problems, so difficult that they can't live at home, they can't live out of a facility. And what was your thought about that the first time you went?
First time we walked in, I was a little bit scared
Yeah.
because I'd never been in an environment like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if they were violent. I didn't know if they were going to respond to me. If
it's a little bit of an intimidating building, if I recall.
It is. It's not very warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, we didn't build those places to be warm and fuzzy.
We didn't.
Put them out in the middle of
barbed
nowhere.
wire and the big fuel tolerance.
Almost like a prison, huh?
That was actually my first, when first starting here, I had to visit out there, and it was like, what am I doing?
Have you been out there, James?
Yes.
That's right, you do music out there.
Yeah, I do music.
Everyone loves James.
My name is James Buckley, and I'm part of the Eclairer experience here. And I must say that I was a bit scared the first time that I walked in here. I didn't know what to expect, and you can only imagine things like that until you actually get in front of it. But you mentioned how they built them to look like prisons, and they built them so they're not really warm and fuzzy. Well, when I hear that, I say, you know what, that's probably something to think about, because with the approach that Eclairer takes with the holistic ways of working with people beyond medications and traditional methods, that maybe the environment, if it was a little bit friendly, might also help as well, as long as it's safe and no one can get hurt. If we were somewhere to make it a little bit more pleasant to the eye, we're pleasing the ears with the music, we're pleasing their bodies with yoga. Let's please their eyes with a nice, comfortable place that they sort of feels like a home to them. And,
maybe some warm colors. And
yes, exactly. Instead of so cold as it is. When you're in a place that's cold like that, you feel cold. You don't feel warm and fuzzy. Yeah. So there's something to be said for that, I think.
Yeah. So you've been out there when James has been out there playing music?
Yeah.
And so what do you notice when he's there? What happens with the clients?
They all love it, and they love him.
James, you can tell James loves it, I think, is why it takes so long.
So what our listeners can't see is this great big grin on his face from
which you see every time he starts talking about it,
too. It really
can't help it. I mean, you saw when I was there yesterday, I told them that I love them all. They're like children to me, and they really are. And that's how I feel, and that's how I approach it. And they treat me really well, and I didn't expect that to come back to me in that way, but it's really happening. They really are real people with real emotions and really have care for other people and other things, and I think that helps their their therapy is being able to feel like they can care for somebody.
Being able to be responded to by you and by the students and by people who come there and say, we want to be a part of your lives and we want you to be part of our lives.
Yeah, and I said to him, as soon as I walked in, I said, I almost didn't make it, and I said, what if I don't make it someday? And a big groan, all at the same time. I said, oh, come on. I said, well, if I get sick or something, I don't want to miss it. I really do look forward to it. And it's every day. It's every week I go there. It's a bit of therapy for me.
And you bring in some sunshine and some hopefulness to them. And your songs that you sing your songs, very very hopeful, very heartfelt, very deep, very soulful. Music that it sounds like they're really relating to, as you're speaking to what's real in their lives as well.
They do, and I've performed a lot of my own material for other people, and there's always connections going on. But here I'm connecting with people in there, and I say to myself, you know what? They're what? So what's wrong with that? Why can't they? Who says that they can't feel the same way that other people feel about stuff and can't talk about it and relate it? And that's what they do.
So just because somebody is having so much difficulty with managing emotional regulation or their behavior, that they can't live at home or they can't live in the community, doesn't mean that they don't feel, that they don't care about themselves and about each other. You see that there. They're responding to you on that level.
I think the music really brings out a different side of them, too. It's like yesterday, I got up and I was dancing with them and having a good time, and afterwards, one of the patients came up to me and said, if you weren't up there dancing, I wouldn't have been either, and just, and he's kind of an intimidating guy, too, and for him to say that, really see a different side.
Yeah, that meant something to you too. I can see. Yeah, you stretched him, and he gave you a perception of things that you hadn't had before in terms of what's real for these patients. That's neat.
Yeah, it was really rewarding.
So do you feel, I mean, between you guys and the patients there, how does it go during the day? I mean, before I get there, what's it like? I mean, is it the same? Do they interact with you well, or do they look at you as an outsider, or do they feel like connected to you somehow, like you're more of just someone that they can trust?
I think at first they're shy just like we are, but now, at first we were the ones that would be like, oh, hi, how are you? Like, oh, hi, like, approach them, and now a lot of them approach me and say, hi, how are you? Like we're more companions
like
than...
we're friends.
Yeah, like, they accept us now and know why we're there, and that we're
So
just there to talk and help.
And they treat you differently, you think, than the staff that are there all the time? So you notice a difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they live in the world doesn't really change too much for them.
Yeah.
We was discussing this before, that they, there's so many walls, there's so many rooms that they're accustomed to going to, and of course we know that they're kind of cold and not really warm and fuzzy, but that's their whole life every day. And then when someone comes in from the outside like us, that's a little bit of like opening a window for them, to let some sunshine come in.
A little world coming in manageable doses.
Exactly, and they take that, for what it's worth, and then when it's over, they say, okay, that was nice, that was good, and they know it's going to come back. So it gives them some sort of hope, because they don't have much in their confinement. There's not much to hope for. They have to deal with each other and the staff, and it's a very small area to do that. So I think they enjoy students coming in and others.
Yeah. And so you're also teaching them some skills to manage those relationships that they have to have day in and day out. When they get annoyed with each other, trying to decide who's going to get to sit in that chair, who's going to get to decide what's on TV, who's going to get in line first at the cafeteria.
They are like children.
Absolutely. And how do we resolve conflicts? And so, what are you teaching them in your DBT classes? What are the skills that you're working on?
Well, just this week we talked a lot about give. We did give in our big DBT group, and talked a lot about how to initiate conversations with people. And if you don't know what give stands for, it's you want to be gentle, show interest in what you're talking about, validate the other person, and use an easy manner when conversing. So
some real practical skills in how to approach another person in a non-threatening way, in a way that they're going to want to be with you. And they're responding to that.
They were very knowledgeble.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They knew, half of them knew what it meant.
They already knew it.
So they taught us some too.
So did you do some role play and behavior rehearsal in the group?
We did. We split in like pairs and did examples, and they did great. I mean, we were uneven for patient numbers, so I partnered up with one of the patients. And I think she dominated the conversation and did very well, where I thought I would have to lead it and like urge her into... Nope, she led it. We stayed on topic. She validated me. I validated her. We were both interested. She did great. So it was like, I learned something too.
That's the best. That's the best healing relationship, when both people get a chance to learn something. And grow. That's great. So you're both in this program for 5.5 weeks, and then you go on to your next rotation. Do you know what that's going to be?
I get a general surgery.
General surgery? Where do you go?
OB-GYN.
OB-GYN, okay. Do you have an idea of what kind of specialty you're looking for when you graduate?
You think you know, and then you don't.
So we just have to be open to all the experiences.
So what did you think you knew before you started?
I thought I was going to be gung-ho, go surgery, and I enjoy it, and I did a little bit my last rotation, but I think after doing internal medicine, you develop those relationships with patients, and you don't just see them for 15 minutes and then never began.
When they're unconscious.
Yeah.
And draped. You get
Yeah.
to see one little part of it. Yeah. So you're enjoying the interactions, the patient care, the real eye-to-eye stuff. And your experience here at Eclairer and at Torrance is really going to put you in good stead as an internist, as somebody who can pick up on psychological distresses that other doctors may not be real clear on. What do you think you've learned so far that's really going to be a boon to that kind of understanding for you?
Dr. Chaudhry is big on knowing the DSM criteria, like the back of your hand. So I think that'll kind of help us out in the future.
Yeah. And for those who don't know what DSM is, it's the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual that of mental illnesses, and it basically is the descriptions of the problems that people present with. And so that we can, when we're talking about them, we can all be talking about the same thing and know that we're on the same page with that. And it helps us think about how, what the prognosis is, what the course of treatment would be, and what the etiology of the disorder is. So it's really important to know that. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of material to digest. That DSM manual is a big sucker.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like 10 pounds to carry around. And a new one is coming out very soon, which will be revealing some new categories and understandings of behavioral issues and mental health issues. So
Katie, what are you looking to do for your career?
I mean, I actually enjoyed, my first rotation was my general surgery. I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So you're doing OBGYN next?
I am.
You're going to get called at all hours of the day and night?
Hopefully not.
It's so rewarding, though.
Did you do yours already?
I just had that.
Did you?
That was the one right before this.
Did you get to deliver some babies?
Yeah, I got to help.
Yeah.
So, kind of catch them.
Stand
I
ready.
loved that part, though. I loved it.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Getting called at 3 in the morning routinely probably isn't so much fun, though. Because babies like to be born at odd hours.
I mean, I actually haven't been on call for any of my rotations, so
Yeah.
we a couple of ours are a distance away as well, so we really can't be
Oh,
an hour away, so by the time I make it there, it'd be too late,
Yeah. So you're still not sure what your ultimate aim is, huh?
Well, I mean, I know what I don't want. I would say more than what I do. But right now, I still got a lot to go, so.
Yeah, knowing what you don't want is just as important as knowing what you do want. Process of elimination.
Exactly.
Okay, so you mentioned that the patients were different that you saw here in the outpatient setting in terms of how they approach DBT. Have you noticed in other ways? You've had a chance to sit in on some sessions or some evaluations that were done. Have you had a chance to do any of that yet?
Yeah.
You mean like counseling?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's your impression of the differences there?
It's nice. The majority of patients will let us sit in, too. Some of them don't feel comfortable doing that, but I don't know, I'd say the inpatients compared to the outpatients are just more open and willing to share pretty much anything and everything, whereas your outpatients are still sort of trying to hold that exterior.
Yeah.
Put up the front.
They're more
Keep that
worried about the
persona
judgmental.
together.
And,
Yeah. Right. But also we can see that sometimes when people are very open, that's not always appropriate. How many times have you been on a public transportation or someplace where you walk off the bus and you have someone's social history in your pocket because they told you their life story in the half-hour ride you had? And we can say, wow, they're really open, but that's a level of openness that's not really going to serve them well. And it's not really safe for them. Yeah. So we have to think about context of openness as well. So yeah, those things are always tricky. But I'm glad you've had the experience that you've had at Torrance. That's great. So we tend to put the students through different kinds of paces here at Eclairer. They're sometimes digging in the garden. Have you had a chance to do that yet?
season changed.
Snow's a little deterrent.
Snow's a deterrent, but you should talk to Sandy. That's no deterrent for her when she's out there in the
Run
rain.
out barefoot.
But her barefoot in the mud, so you're lucky she shouldn't have you out there digging weeds in the mud or something. And you'll probably miss the chickens, but when they come, there'll be students out there.
Soon, yeah.
You may be here then when the chickens come. So you have experience. And how about in the kitchen? Have you been part of a cooking team?
I helped cook today.
Did you help cook today?
Help Sandy make
So
her dish. And
what'd you make? What was it called? Did you make the main dish?
no,
Oh, the one
that Sandy made with the fruit and
quinoa.
quinoa. Yes,
That's that one.
The one with the weird name that doesn't look like it's not spelled the way it sounds.
exactly.
It should be quinoa.
Jeff
I
calls
had
it.
no idea of quinoa before I came
I
here.
never heard of it until today.
Yeah.
It's a very ancient grain, apparently. The Mayans used
I guess it's
quinoa.
great for you. Yeah,
It's very good for you, yeah.
tastes good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Surprising.
what part of that did you make?
Well, I did a lot of the cutting. I cut the fruits and helped
was in
add the
there?
ingredients.
What all was in there? There were
There's
mandarin
mandarin
oranges?
oranges, pineapple,
Ooh, shallots?
Green peppers.
no peppers.
What else?
Oh, I thought you
Then it was just chicken broth. There was a garlic spread. What is the stuff you can squirt out of the bottle?
Squirtable garlic.
You know what I mean? The paste, garlic paste.
Garlic paste. Okay, so you mixed it all together.
Like
All right, so
salt,
we've had
pepper.
you cooking. Have you done any cooking yet?
No, I don't think they want me to. Wasn't really gifted in that area.
Oh, we do have some gifted cooks here. That's true. But gifts are, you can pick it up. You can't say just because you didn't do it before you can't do it. So I'll be doing other things, putting packets and things together, and all kinds of different tasks. But cooking is a big one around here. We like to eat. We like to feed each
That was
other.
a lot of food that we went through today. I don't think there's anything left.
So I'm curious, what do you tell your friends and people about this place when you leave here? I mean,
I know I have some experiences trying to explain what I do to my friends, and I work here.
Oh, what do we tell them?
I don't know. It's an experience.
and they'll ask you to say, "Well, wow, what's that place like? What's it like there?"
It's different. I mean, it's sort of hard to explain. It's a lot of, especially compared to past rotations, this is just a lot of listening and observing and sort of the experience, the yoga and the DBT and the music and the cooking. So it's just sort of, you have to enjoy it more than other ones.
Do you say it's a piece of cake or?
No, I mean, because we get topics every week and stuff that we have to learn.
He will
now.
challenge you.
So we definitely learn.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're learning the little thing, the yoga, and
Right. Yeah.
the mindfulness stuff you really don't see outside of here. So.
No, and that's part of the initiative is to try to explore those areas a little bit more so that we see how effective they are in with people and treating them beyond the traditional methods that we have.
And then we also use those skills ourselves. You can't just tell people you got to do this and then not do it yourself. So having a chance to
It's
work
nice.
on
Doc joins in on our yoga often, so it's neat to see that what he recommends. He does the DBT groups. He
does the meditation.
I think I've learned more for myself how to control my anxiety than giving back to others.
Well, we all have anxiety, sure. Yeah, got to work it. And that's something that patients, clients often don't believe, they don't realize that we're somehow, we know it all, and we're all perfect, and we don't have problems in our lives. But the reality is everybody struggles. Everybody has problems. There's a great saying that I heard recently that comes from AA, don't compare your outsides with other people's insides, which I really like. And it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to look out there and see, hey, everybody else looks like they're having a great life and looks like they're all put together, and I feel so lousy and I'm having all these problems, but that's my insides. And if you stopped all those people and sat them down and had a conversation like we're having today, like what's going on in your life, what are the stressors, they'd be telling you all kinds of things that they're struggling with. But we don't wear our insides on our outsides most of the time. And so we look all put together and sharp and great to those folks out there. So that's a good thing to think about. All right, well, thank you. I'm glad that you're here. Students come and go pretty quickly, and we get attached to them, and then, they got to go. And,
finally learn our names.
Yes, this is especially fun for me. Yeah, finally learn your names. But we learn your souls a lot sooner than we learn your names, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. And so that's always a treat for us to have you. And
well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, definitely. And we always hope that you'll come back and visit again. And also that if you decide after all your rotations that psychiatry is really the place for you, this is where you want to be, then...
Or taking care of chickens is really for
That's
you.
Right. Maybe we'll have a new specialty of chicken psychiatry. And talk to the vegetables and make sure that
make sure they're growing appropriately.
Healthy, whole, holistic vegetables. But definitely think about that and come back and see us.
Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Chatterbox. Please go to Eclairer.com for past episodes, and when we're going to record live, we're going to start for people to be able to chime in a little bit as we record these, because we do it every second Friday of the month. We do a batch of these. If you have any comments or ideas for future episodes, want to participate, please drop us an email at mike@eclairer.com. And please continue the conversation on our blog in the comments for this episode at eclairer.com/blog. And we'll see you guys next time in the Chatterbox.